Today we are talking about linear equations. What is a linear equation? A linear equation looks like any other equation. It's made up of two expressions set equal to each other. So you have an expression here and equals to another expression so this is a general form of equation. It has one or two variables it doesn't have exponent. It doesn't have exponent or square roots. And when you find pairs of values that make the linear equation true and you plot those on the coordinate grid, all of the points for any one of equation is the same. So linear equation graph is a straight one. So these are the specification of a linear equation. A linear equation in two variables describes a relationship in which the value of one of the variables depends on the value of the other variables. They might have different names, like instead of x and y we can have z and w, p and q, but the relationship is the same. There is a dependent relationship between them. The independent variable is plotted along the horizontal axis. The equations are functions. It means for every value of x, there is only one corresponding value of y. When you assign a value to the independent variable, which is x, you can compute the value of the dependent variable, which is y. We already know that any 2 points determine a line. So finding many pairs of values that satisfy a linear equation is easy. So knowing that, you can then plot the points named by x and y, or any letters that you pick, on the coordinate grid. So we already know that any 2 points determine a line. So it should be easy finding many pairs of values that satisfy a linear equation. Now let's get back to the formula. When working with straight lines, there are several ways to arrive at an equation which represent the line. But all of them are different ways of writing the same equation. There are different ways of writing equation of lines. First is slope-intercept form. Or it's called it calls Y-intercept form. And the formula for that is y equals mx plus b. The second form is point slope form, which is point slope form, and the formula for that one is y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1. And the third one is standard form, which has the formula of ax plus by equals to c. I'm going to start with slope-intercept form, which you would see as y equals to mx plus b. I start with slope-intercepts form for two reasons. One, it is probably the most frequently used way of expressing an equation for a line, and the second is usually other forms will be manipulated to this form. So this is the most common way of writing an equation for a straight line. To be able to use slope-intercept form, all that you need to be able to do is find the slope of line and the second is find the intercept. If you know how to find slope and y-intercept, you should be all set. And I think you are, because we discussed and practiced these subjects extensively in our previous session. So the formula for slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our intercept, is our y-intercept. So let's do a bunch of practice. Now let's say you are asked to write an equation for the line with a slope of 5. So slope is 5 and y-intercept is 4. So that is easy. Your formula is y equals to mx plus b, right? So you plug in the numbers and you'll have y equals to 5 times x, or 5x plus 4, and this is your equation. Or let's say you're asked to write an equation for a line with the slope of 2/3 and y-intercept, or b, equals to 6. In that case, it's easy. Your formula says y equals to mx plus b, right? So you plug in the numbers, you'll have 2/3 x plus 6, and you are done. Let's do another example. Let's say you are asked to write an equation of the line with slope of -5 and y-intercepts of 2. So you would write y equals to -5 x plus 2, and this is your equation. Sometimes you are given a graph and you're asked to write an equation for the graph, like this example. So in this example, we know that as x runs by 1, y rises by 2, right? And the point that the line crosses the y value is at point 1. Now, as you remember, we have our slope, which is changes in y over changes in x, right? So 2/1, or 2, is our slope. So the y-intercept is the place where the line passes through y-axis. So that is going to be 1. Now our equation, y equals mx plus 5, and we plug in the numbers. M is 2, slope is 2, and we have x plus our intercept, y-intercepts is 1. So we are done, and this is the equation for the line in this graph. In a slope-intercept form, y equals to mx plus b, you have information that you need to write an equation, which is m slope. You have the slope and you have your y-intercept. But sometimes the slope of the equation is not given to you. In that case, you need to use a second formula for that, which is called point slope form. In this form, we write as y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. In this new situation, either slope is missing and you have only 2 points that you need to subtract and calculate the slope of the line, or slope is given to you and in addition a point is identified on the coordinate for you, so you are able to write the equation for that. Let's practice this concept. Given the slope of a line is minus 3, so m equals to minus 3, and the line passes through the point minus 2 and 5, so the point, which we call it x1 and y1, is minus 2 and 5. Now write the equation for this one. We can use this formula to write an equation for this line. So we'll have y minus 5, which is our y1, equals to m is minus 3 times x minus 2. So we first get minus and we'll have plus. We write as y minus 5 equals to minus 3 times x is minus 3x, minus 3 times 2 is minus 6. So we bring the 5 to other side of the equation and we'll have y equals to minus 3x minus 6 plus 5. Then we'll have y equals to minus 3x and 1. This is our equation for this line. Next example. A line passes through the point 4 and minus 3. 4 and minus 3. And also has a slope of 1. M equals to 1. Find the equation in point slope form. So we know that our x1 and y1 is given to us and also the slope. So we write our equation y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. So let's plug in the numbers. We have y minus, our y1 is minus 3 and equals to m, which is 1, times x minus x1. X minus x1 is 4. So y plus 3 equals 1x or x minus 4. We bring positive 3 to other side of the equation in order to have y isolated on its own on the left side. So we'll have y equals x minus 4 minus 3, y equals to x minus 7. And this is our equation for this line. Usually we manipulate point intercept form to slope intercept form, and this is the most common form of writing an equation that you would see. Let's do one more practice for this form of writing an equation. A line passes through the point -5 and -3. So the point is, it means x1 and y1 equals to -5 equals to -5 and -3, and slope is 2. So we start with plugging in the numbers, and you'll have y minus -3 equals to 2x plus 5. Y plus 3 equals to 2x plus 5. Y equals to 2x plus 5 minus 3, and y equals to 2x 2, and this is our equation for this line. Sometimes we don't know the slope or intercept, but we know that a line passes through 2 points. In that case, the first thing we need to do is finding the slope. So, and we know that slope equals to change in y over change in x. Let's work on an example. Let's say we are asked to write the equation of the line that passes through 2 points, which are 2 and 6 and 3 and 3, x and y, and the second one x1 and y1. Since we have 2y here, we find the changes in y coordinate over x coordinate. Over changes in x coordinate. So the formula is y1 minus y over x1 minus x. Now we can find our slope. Our slope is y1, which is 3, minus y, which is 6, and x1, which is 3 minus x. Then we'll have minus 3 over 1. So minus 3 is our slope. Now that we know our slope, the next step is to find out about b, or intercept. To do that, we put one of these coordinates in the formula for y-intercept slope. So the formula is y equals to mx plus b. Now we choose one of these coordinates. It doesn't matter which one we choose. We choose one of them because both can satisfy the equation. Now let's choose the first one. We plug in the x and y in order to find the b. So the y is 6 equals m is minus 3 and x is 2 plus b. We'll have 6 equals to minus 6 plus b. We add 6 to both sides in order to cancel this one out and then have b all by itself on one side of the equation. So we'll have 6 plus 6 equals to minus 6 plus 6 plus b. These two cancel out and we'll have 12 equals to b. So this is our b. Now we have our equation and we can write it as y equals to minus 3x plus 12. And this is our equation for this problem. Let's do another example. We are asked to write the equation of the line that passes through 2 points, which are 2 and 6, 4, and 0. This is our x and y, and this is our x1 and y1. We do the same process. First thing we need to do is to find the slope. Slope is y1 minus y over x1 minus x. So y1 is 0 minus 6, and x1 is 4 minus 2. Then we'll have minus 6 over minus 2, and we'll have minus 3. We have the same slope as we had in the previous example. Now we substitute one of these coordinates to solve for b. It doesn't matter which one again. This time we choose the second one. So we'll have 0 equals to minus 3 times 4 plus b. 0 equals to minus 3 times 4 is minus 12 plus b. We add 12 to both sides, and we'll have these two cancel out, and we'll have 12 equals to b. We have the same intercept. So the equation for the line is going to be y equals to mx plus b is going to be y equals to minus 3x plus 12. And we are done. We also can use point slope form to write the equation for this line. And as you recall, the formula for point slope form is y minus y1 equals to mx minus x1. So you can choose one of these coordinates and plug in and have the same result for that. Let's pick the second one again. We'll have y minus y1 is 0 equals to m is minus 3 times x minus x1 is 4. Y minus 0 is y equals to minus 3 times x is minus 3x, minus 3 times minus 4 is plus 12. So we came to same answer through different formula. And now we are done. We practice writing an equation using slope-intercept form, which is y equals to mx plus b, and point-slope form. This is slope-intercept. Then we practice writing point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals to m times x minus x1, and that is point slope form. There is a third way of writing an equation, and that is standard form. In the standard form, we have the formula as ax plus by equals to c. A and b are coefficients, and x and y are variables. And this is constant. In standard form, which is not that common, the other two are more common. In the standard form, we always have slope, the slope is given, and also y-intercept. To solve the this form of equation, we need to put our variables x and y on one side of the equal sign and constant in the other side. Therefore, we create the left hand side, and then by plugging the points that are given, we can find the c. In standard form, usually slope and y-intercepts are given to us, and we are asked to rewrite the standard form into slope point form. So, like this example, we are asked to rewrite the equation of 4x minus 6y equals to 12. In order to do that, we subtract 4x from both sides, and we'll have minus 4x, and here minus 4x, and we'll have minus 6y equals to 12 minus 4x. Then we divide both sides by 6. We have done that before many times. Then we'll have y equals to 2 minus 2x, and we rearrange that. We'll have y equals to minus 2x plus 2. Now we are asked to rewrite the equation 3y plus 2 4x equals to 18 in slope-intercept form. The first thing we need to do is to get rid of 2x in the left side of the equation. So we add minus 2 4th x to both sides. So we'll have minus 2 4th x plus 3y plus 2 4th x equals to 18 plus 2 4th x. Then we cancel out these two. We'll have 3y equals to 18 plus 2 4th x. We can simplify this one and write it as 3y equals to 18 plus 1/2 x. Now we have to take care of the 3 here next to y. Therefore, we divide this side by 3, 18 by 3, and 1/2 by 3 too. So we'll have y equals to 6 plus, we multiply 3 means 3 over 1, so we multiply these two together, the farthest together and the nearest together, and we'll have 1 times 1 is 1, and 2 times 3 is 1 over 6x. Then we rearrange it, and we'll have y equals 1 6x plus 6. And this is how we write our equation in y-intercepts form. Our slope is 1 6 is our slope. So let's do one more example. Sometimes an equation is written in slope-intercepts form, for instance, or point-slope form, and we are asked to rewrite it in standard form. For instance, we have y equals to 1/2 x plus 4, and we are asked to write it in standard form, which is ax plus by equals to c. In order to rewrite it in a standard form, we need to have all variables in the left side and constant in the right side. So the first thing is to take care of this fraction, because in standard forms you can't have fractions. Therefore, we multiply entire equation by 2. We'll have 2y equals 1/2 x plus 4. We distribute 2 to the entire bracket. We'll have 2y equals to 2 1/2 x plus 2 times 4. So we'll have 2y equals to x plus 8. We need to subtract x from both sides. Therefore, we'll have minus x plus 2y equals to x minus x plus 8. So these two cancel out, and we'll have minus x plus 2y equals 8. And this equation is written in standard form, and we are done. Now we are at the end of our session on how to write an equation in standard form, in slope-intercept form, and in Y-intercept form. Now it's time to do some practice at home. I'm going to put some problems here for you to solve at home. You will see problems for all three forms of writing equation for lines. So we start with the slope-intercept form. So I'm going to put some information here, the slope and intercept, and you need to write the equation for that. So write equation when the slope is minus 3 and y-intercept is y-intercept is 0, or slope is 4 and y-intercept is half. Now write the equation for the line that passes through point -1 and 6 and has a slope of 3. Find the equation of the line that passes through the given points. -7, -7, and when x is -1 and y is 4. This is A. Then we have B, which is when a line passes through 1 and 8, and also -3 and 4. Now, find the x and y intercepts of the given lines in standard form. So, find the x and y-intercept of the given line. In standard form. So let's say we have 4x minus 5y equals to 8. minus 9x minus 2y equals to 18, or 4x minus 5y equals to 8. And the last one is, let me clear the board first. And the last one is, write each equation in a standard form using integer coefficient for A, B, and C. So we have y equals 5x plus 8, y equals 5 over 6x minus 7. With that, we are at the end of our session on how to write an equation for the line using different formula. Next, we will talk about how to graph it.